Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing What If Naruto Was a Prodigy, Part 5. Sorry for not uploading for like 4 days. Yeah, I had stuff going on, so yeah. Yeah, let's get into the video, and I'm gonna start off with the recap. So, last episode I covered, Pain's assault and Nagato becoming good, as well as him and Conan coming to the Leaf Village. And, yeah. Then they went to, a 5 Kage summit. No. Then after this, Naruto called a 5 Kage summit, and, all the Kage came, yeah, Naruto told them about the Akatsuki and, other things. Then Madara, aka Obito, appears and starts 4th grade Shinobi War, declaring war on them all. They also recruited Orochimaru, and Naruto also said they think that this Madara is a fake. But yeah. So after that, let's get into the video. So yeah, Naruto and Sasuke would each begin to prepare for the war, with Orochimaru on their side standing by to make reanimations. They're thinking the war will go pretty smoothly, but boy oh boy are they wrong. Obito, even more desperate this time, will have Kabuto bring back Madara, as well as other dead shinobi, like Izuna Uchiha. So there's gonna be Madara, Izuna, and most of the Akatsuki are still alive right now. So yeah, they're still at large, but they're gonna slowly get picked off. But yeah, because they weren't as much as a threat, since they never really got ordered to make their move, since the Jinchuriki were never open. Since once they sent the team after after Gara, and they saw how Naruto and them were able to stop it, it was pretty bad. So the Akatsuki was kind of trying to wait to make a move until the villages were weaker. But, he's gonna bring back, Kabuto's gonna bring back Madara, Izuna, I'm gonna say he can bring back Shisui since he'll find the body. Who else will he bring back? He's gonna bring back Hanzo. He's gonna find Jiraiya's body, just for plot reasons, because, actually he won't bring back Hanzo, he'll bring back Jiraiya, and then he'll bring back, what's his name? You remember that Uzumaki guy? I forget what his name is. I don't remember what his name is, but do you remember the leader of the Uzumaki clan, that guy? He was in it for a really brief moment. I remember that, but I don't know his name. But yeah, the Uzumaki leader, and, he will also bring back, so he has Madara, Izuna, Jiraiya, Uzumaki leader, and I'm forgetting one. Shisui. So yeah, he'll bring back those 5, since he's being a bit cocky here, and, thinks he can win the war with them. But then, Obito, aka Madara, tells him to, resurrect the 3rd Raikage, and stuff like that. Bring back at least one Kage, so he brings back the 3rd Raikage, since it'll be a good addition. So yeah, all of them are brought back to life, and, I'll basically briefed on the situation. The reason Kabuto didn't bring back any of the Kage, because they aren't sealed by the demon seal, or the seal, is because he felt that their willpower alone may be enough to overpower him, and basically make it so he can't control them. So yeah, that's why he's not doing it whatsoever, and, yeah. Well, yeah. At the start of this war, Minato is like prepping Menma, saying that this is the time that he's gonna save the world. And save the world, he's gonna have to do, or else humanity will fail. And that they have trained him for every moment. Meanwhile, Naruto and Sasuke are trying to prepare the village. They are assigning missions and stuff like that. And yeah. The Allied Shinobi forces form, and yeah. Garth holds a speech. Everyone goes to the same place. Kakashi and them all have the same jobs and stuff like that. But this time, there will be teams specified to hunt down Akatsuki members. Due to their intel, they're gonna know what teams are which. So teams will be sent out to hunt down these Akatsuki members. One of these teams will be to hunt down Kisame. And if I killed Itachi, and I don't quite remember for some reason, Itachi's still gonna be alive. And the reason Sasuke didn't actually have his Mangekyo is the reason why Sasuke didn't feel the effects of the Mangekyo was actually because of a blood thing, his Indra side acting up. So Indra's gonna be a bit more powerful in this one and will not bleed, or at least Sasuke won't bleed when he gets the Mangekyo Sharingan. Oh man. So yeah, Sasuke will be sent after Itachi and Kisame with a few Anbu. Sasuke and these Anbu, it's just like a ton of Anbu, will track down them, and Sasuke will deal with Itachi. Sasuke and Itachi's fight will be very sad, to say the least, with Sasuke knowing what Itachi did for the village and stuff like that. It offers Itachi back to the village, but Itachi keeps on playing bad guy, trying to just convince Sasuke that he's a bad man, but he isn't. So Sasuke just stops fighting and says he won't fight Itachi, since he knows Itachi's just putting up an act, and that he'll just leave Itachi to do his own thing, that he's gonna go kill Kisame. Itachi just looks there and says, Itachi looks there and wonders why Sasuke is doing this. But then he remembers that Naruto is like a thing. He remembers how Naruto was, and he kind of smiles at this. And he thinks like, that wasn't nice. So he's gonna go off, and he's gonna go try to capture Kabuto and, stop the whole sealing thing. He's gonna do this alone. Since Itachi, I'm gonna make him stronger. So yeah, but yeah, Kisame ends up being killed, and all the other Akatsuki teams are successful in their mission. So like, all the teams, like Ion Kakazu, Naruto went on that one with a few other people. Asuma didn't die in this one, so yeah, that was kind of nice. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, all the Akatsuki teams are taken out. So but yeah, this is when Madara, Izuna, Shisui, Jiraiya, and Madara, Izuna, Shisui, Jiraiya. Why can't I remember the other one I did? The third Raikage. There has to be 6, right? I don't quite remember what the other one is. But yeah, it'll just be Madara, Izuna, Jiraiya, Shisui, the third Raikage. Oh, Madara, Izuna, Shisui, the third Raikage, Jiraiya. Okay, that'll be the 5. So yeah, Kabuto is going to strategically put Jiraiya up against Menma and Minato, I mean. And yeah, this is pretty bad for Menma. Seeing Madara like done like this, gets enraged and begins to start screaming and charges at Jiraiya. And no, he's gonna actually just fall down and start crying and ask how Jiraiya is standing there. And Jiraiya's gonna say this is a reanimation, that Menma is gonna have to kill him, and that Menma should treat this as like a test to see that he's worthy to be the child of prophecy. But yeah, Menma is gonna start fighting Jiraiya as Minato just watches in disbelief, absolutely mentally broken. And yeah, this war is not gonna be good for him. But yeah, Minato is gonna watch as Menma goes toe to toe with Jiraiya. Jiraiya is happy to see that Menma mastered Sage Mode. Menma's eventually gonna win the fight because Jiraiya is holding. Nah, I think it's time that Menma hits Sonic level in a way. Yeah, Menma beats Jiraiya, and Minato is happy for him, but Menma is still nowhere near strength. But Minato thinks that Menma was just home back or something. He'll have a hidden unlocking. But as Jiraiya is dying, he has to see the Elder Toad, or the Green Toad, one more time. And this is when the Green Toad whispers to Jiraiya, saying that Menma is not the child of prophecy, and that's Naruto. And that the Toads trained him, so the world is okay. And Jiraiya's face just looks shocked, and he just starts looking weird. Menma thinks it's a weird feeling when dying, and he just shrugs it off. So does Minato. And then the Green Toad, I totally forgot his name. I feel bad for getting his name like that, but, I mean, yeah. But yeah, Menma will begin to say that they need to go save the world, right? Minato will begin to nod as they head off to the main battlefield. We're gonna go over to, all the other battlefields go basically the same. Shisui will go to the battlefield that the Gold and Silver brothers will be dealt with, and using his willpower. No, actually, I'm gonna have Itachi and Shisui meet up on their way. Shisui will begin to talk to Itachi, and Itachi talked to Shisui, and Itachi said he'd get Shisui out of that body, and let his soul go back to the afterlife. And Shisui says that he would appreciate it. But then Itachi asks Shisui something. Well, he tells Shisui something. He says that the leaf has become a better place ever since Minato stepped down as Hokage. The new Kage, Naruto Uzumaki, has rebuilt the leaf and has made it a better place than it was, and is a very fair ruler. Which Shisui would smile at, saying that all their efforts didn't go basically unrewarding. And Itachi would not. Shisui would begin to say that he should probably go to the next location before they have to fight each other. And Itachi nods and moves on before Kabuto sees it, because Kabuto is with Madara right now, because he made a clone of himself basically next to Madara, and is explaining the war to Madara, as Madara is about to absolutely destroy the Tsuchikage and the Kazekage Gaara, as well as absolutely slam that entire army. But yeah, this is actually going to be where the final battle is, as Toby heads over there and lands next to him, Madara, Madara begins to ask and says, why? He says, why the hell aren't the Bichu not all collected? I see the one tails in front of me, which means you must have collected none of them. And Obito says there were complications. 2 people who were extremely powerful that the entire Katsuki would have mopped the floor with the entire Katsuki. So they had to be extremely careful, and in that they started a war to try and capture the tail beast. And in the process, those 2 people still killed several Katsuki members. But yeah, In this timeline, Team Heavy was never formed, but I'm gonna say that Soigetsu gets let out of his cage and Karin escapes. So this is when Soigetsu's gonna make his appearance, and he's gonna have his blade just like he has in the original, and Kabuto will actually reanimate the 7 deadly swordsmen of the mist. Soigetsu will run into his brother, and they'll have a fight, which Soigetsu will win just because plot reasons, and the 7 deadly swordsmen of the mist will go up against Kakashi's area. After this fight is over, which basically goes the same, they all head over to the Madara area. So does Naruto. Sasuke is a bit behind, since Itachi was going to be farther away than where Naruto was. But yeah, Naruto is closer to that battlefield. Shisui makes it to the ocean area with the Zetsu army. I forgot to talk about the Zetsu army. But yeah, since they have several perfect Jinchuriki on every battlefield, they can tell which Zetsu are which Zetsu. No, actually they can't. But yeah, they develop strategies to basically stop that from happening. They have codes and stuff that you have to answer and stuff like that. But yeah, Naruto and Sasuke both, like, you have to talk to your friends about your life choices and stuff like that. But yeah, Naruto begins to make his way to the battlefield and lands on the battlefield in his Hokage cloak after Madara wipes the floor with the entire thing. Izuna is actually gonna make his way over to Madara because he really has no clue what's going on. He's gonna ask Madara, since Madara seemed to know but wouldn't answer his question. And Izuna began to landed next to Madara and asked him what this war was about, since it seems like they formed villages. Madara began to explain that they formed villages, and he explained all that to Izuna. And then he looked down and he said, "That's the 5th Hokage right there of the Leaf Village. There's 5 great nations. There's 4 others, excluding the Leaf. He seems strong. You want to fight him?" And Naruto began to say, "No, Madara, I'm fighting you. I'm not fighting whoever he is." And this enrages Izuna, who jumps at Naruto. And Naruto just grabs a kunai and puts some wind chakra in it and slices Izuna's sword in half. Then places a tag restricting Izuna's chakra and says for the sealing team to seal him, since he has no chakra now. And Madara says he's impressed, but says that Izuna that time has definitely progressed and things have definitely evolved, and that fighters, that he is a very proficient fighter. And this pisses off Izuna, but he kind of really doesn't care. Even, like, why should he care whatsoever? He's gonna die. Oh well, he's already been dead. But yeah, Naruto and Madara begin to start fighting. And Naruto is heavily outmatched. This Madara is going to be extremely more powerful than in canon. And he's going to be beating Naruto. When Sasuke arrives, it barely gets any better. They both get knocked out, and the rest of the Shinobi army that is now regrouped and is gained numbers try to fight Madara, and Madara slaps them. This is when Kakashi and Guy and Minato and Memo fight the Tobi Senso. They end up finding out that it is actually Obito, and this crushes Minato's soul even more. He was already emotionally crushed from this, where seeing his sensei used like that, but now seeing his student, who he failed, like this, he's lost himself. Minato basically collapses to his knees and looking at Obito. He says, "What have you become, Obito?" And Obito just began to say he saw the reality of the world for what it was. And he says, and he pointed at Minato. He said, You are the people that caused me to see this reality. You are the type of people that caused me. The way you treated Naruto was not okay." And Minato, this is when Minato gets really, he starts getting crushed more, since he, failed as a parent. Obito's basically saying, and Obito's not wrong. Mito just fails as a parent. Mito just begins to say, you raised this brat, teaching him to be arrogant, and yet he's only as strong as a legendary Sonic, and you expect him to save the world. He says, Obito then begins to say that Naruto has a better chance of saving the world than anyone here, and that the only reason he wants Tsukiyomi is because everything in his life has been stripped away that was important to him. Everything that he wanted to protect. He gave Kakashi a Sharingan to protect Rin. Kakashi killed Rin. And Kakashi says, but the circumstances, and then Obito cuts him off saying that he doesn't care what the circumstances are. There could have been a better option, and yet Rin still died, even though Kakashi gave Obito his word that he wouldn't kill Rin and protect her. But yeah, yeah. This is when Obito and Kakashi go into Conway and duke it out, same as in canon. Obito comes out dying, but Black Zetsu, having no purpose in him, lets him die. Obito dies. But Naruto is actually going to wake up at this point. Oh, we're going to go in Naruto and Sasuke's message. They're having a talk with the Sage of Six Paths, and he grants them both his power. And Naruto's talk with Sage of Six Paths will actually be on, will be next to Kurama, where Kurama talks with the Sage of Six Paths as well. And Sasuke. They both explain it, and Sage of Six Paths thanks them for how, Sage of Six Paths says that he thinks that Naruto and Sasuke are the ones that will be able to save the world, and says that he hopes that they will. Naruto says that they'll try their best. And this is when they all go out, and, Naruto wakes up and goes next to Obito, and basically talks to him about life, and this is when Obito gets redeemed, and, basically, there's no way for him to right his wrongs, but he admits that he was wrong and stuff, and he kind of finds his way. So, then Naruto and Sasuke head over to Madara, as he is about to destroy, everyone. He's killed half the army that's arrived there. No one notable, just normal tuning. I'm gonna say he's about to kill Shikamaru. And then Naruto swoops in and just kicks him, sending him flying at speeds that Madara can't even perceive. And then Naruto is standing there with the orbs and the orbs and Sage Six Paths mode. He also got chakra from the other tail beasts while they were talking, since the Sage of Six Paths revealed to them that he was the chosen one. So yeah, that was another thing. Sasuke got the Sharingan from this, and they are both absurdly powerful right now. Each of them can probably take on Madara single-handedly. And Madara is power scaling, Madara is Momoshiki level in skill. That's going to be how skilled Madara is. So yeah, he has to actually try right now. So each of them are extremely overpowered. If you read the Boruto manga, both of them combined can probably take on Ishiki. And yeah, I would highly recommend you start getting into Boruto. It's about to get good. But yeah, that's besides the point. Naruto and Sasuke each begin to start pounding Naruto. And everyone watching is amazed at the raw skill that these guys possess. Orochimaru still gets ordered to resurrect the former Kage, and they come back. The third Hokage, the first and the second, all come back, and third Hokage asks Minato, why is he like this? What happened? Minato's just staring. And the third Hokage smacks him across the head and says that why did he die just for Minato to be an awful father to one of his kids? Minato just begins to snap out of it and says he doesn't know what he was thinking and stuff like that. That he just kind of lost his way or something. And this is when the second Hokage arrives. The second Hokage arrives first, and he's watching the fight. Hashirama also arrives and says, wow, they certainly are powerful. And Kashi explains how Naruto is the Kage and Sasuke was his friend. Hashirama begins to smile, saying that an Uchiha and an Uzumaki got along. I'm happy that the village worked out. And Kashi said, yeah, me too. It had a lot of issues, though, from when the fourth took over. And Hashirama asked how. He said, well, there was a guy inside the village that killed an Uchiha prodigy, who was gonna probably be the first Uchiha Hokage, but took his eye, and then he committed suicide because he was poisoned. So yeah, and then that same guy ordered Itachi, who was another highly skilled Uchiha, who could have been another Hokage candidate, to kill the entire Uchiha clan, sparing his younger brother. So yeah, Tobirama asked who this was, and Kashi said it was Danzo, and Tobirama says, damn, that Danzo. I never expected Danzo to be that bad. Hashirama begins to say, Tobirama, if you had anything to do with this, I will kill you. Tobirama said no, that he never taught any of them that. But yeah, Danzo's jealousy probably took over, which he probably should have checked in on, but Naruto and Sasuke are in the middle of their, ass whooping of Madara, and, Madara's pretty pissed off since nothing is going his way today, and, he just begins to scream, what makes you think you fools can keep up with me, and transforms into his perfect Susanoo. Naruto and Sasuke combine their Naruto's Tail Beast mode with Sasuke's Susanoo, and, proceed to slap Madara out of his Susanoo, and, basically beat him a bit more. It's basically a one-sided fight. It was like Broly versus Goku when Broly powered up fully, and Super Saiyan Broly, the movie. So yeah, that's the beatdown. Or Beerus versus Goku, the first time they fought, except Beerus would be playing around a lot more with Goku. So yeah, Naruto and Sasuke are just pounding Madara, and they then beat Madara to a pulp, and they seal him away. This marks the end of the Shinobi War. There's actually the third Raikage left. Chu is gonna meet up with the fourth Raikage. The fourth Raikage tries making it over to the battlefield. I forgot to cover that. So it will happen a bit before, what's his name? A bit before Naruto and a bit before Sasuke arrives at the battlefield. So yeah, the Raikage and fourth Raikage have a fight, and fourth Raikage wins. Again, plot, armor, convenience. But yeah, he wins and gets the position taken over, and the third Raikage gets sealed. So yeah, that is about the end of the series. One thing that will happen is one thing that is gonna happen is that Naruto and Sasuke will each Naruto and Sasuke will each Naruto will go up to Minto and pat him on the shoulders, as though Kage hang out a bit longer before departing back to the afterlife, wanting to see how the village turned out. And Hashirama says they never thought the village would make it this far, and it really just made his entire life, seeing how his creation held up through all the sacrifices it has made, and hopes that the village can stay up for a long time. And is happy to also hear that the villages have made an alliance, and the Kage are all really on good terms. Since he's happy about that, since there'll be no more conflict. And Naruto said he also is And yeah, third Hokage will get to know Naruto, and yeah, after that, Orochimaru summons them, and they go back, and yeah, after this is when Naruto, the frog, I think his name was the other frog, or Toad, the green Toad, I totally forgot his name, calls them, Minato and Mema, to Mount Miboku, and they meet with the elder Toad, yeah, that Toad, and that Toad tells them that when Jiraiya told them that Mema was a child of prophecy, Jiraiya actually misheard something, and that it was actually Naruto who was a child of prophecy all along. And this destroys both Mema and Mito. And Mema begins to say you're lying. That can't be true. That weakling wouldn't ever be able to be the child of prophecy. And one of the Toads that's in there begins to say, well, then how come you could barely even beat Jiraiya? Jiraiya was weak compared to Madara, and Naruto could have easily beaten Madara by himself after he got the power. And also, Naruto began to walk in and said, oh, me and Mema, it's nice to see you guys here. I was just coming to say hello. And some of the other Toads asked Naruto how he got that insane power, since I'm just going to say the Toads can, see it. And Naruto began to say he met with a guy named the Sage of Six Paths. And he said that he was his son Ashura's reincarnate or something like that. It was kind of confusing. He just scratches his head saying he doesn't really know. No. And this is when it fully sinks in for Mema and Mito that they chose the wrong person. They go home, they go tell Kushina, who didn't fight in the war whatsoever, and was kind of a background character, kind of irrelevant for most of the series, that Naruto was actually the one who was the child of prophecy. Mito tells her this, and she says, no, that can't be true. And he said it has to be. Naruto met with the Sage of Six Paths, and Naruto is the reincarnate of the Sage of Six Paths' son, Ashura. So, yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's gonna be the end of the series. So yeah. If you guys have any ideas of series that I should upload or something, just tell me in the comments. And yeah. I was thinking for my next what if Kaguya, Naruto is Kaguya's son. So yeah, I think I'll do that one. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like my content, make sure to subscribe, and peace.